Hey everyone, Mike here with Nowhere Bound, and today we're talking pizza. It is the universal food that feeds happy people all over the world, including happy campers like myself. And I picked up this wood-fired pizza oven from Bighorn specifically for camping. It's a great fun way to enjoy some outdoor cooking with a group of friends, and I believe it is the universal language of love. So today I'm going to show you how to make the perfect wood-fired pizza with this Bighorn pizza oven. And I love this thing because it's so portable and easy to set up, as you just saw. The oven is also surprisingly versatile. With the optional gas or electric burner attachments that are sold separately, you can use a more controlled, fast-heating fuel source when wood isn't the best option. And for Neapolitan-style pizza, heat is everything. As you'll see, this oven needs to get seriously hot, over 750 degrees Fahrenheit, to bake that perfect blistered crust in about 90 seconds. I've already put this pizza oven through its paces. I've made about 10 pizzas so far, and I've got a pretty good method down. So I'm going to show you exactly how I like to do it, and if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Before we fire up the oven, I'm going to prepare some pizza dough, so let's go inside and I'll show you how I do that. Making homemade pizza crust is actually pretty simple. There's only a few ingredients. The hardest part about it is doing it without making a huge mess. And that is my biggest challenge anyway. The thing about the Bighorn pizza oven is it cooks at a very high temperature, over 600 degrees, and regular store-bought pizza crust can't handle temperatures that high. So if you want to do this, you got to make your own pizza crust, but it's really simple. I'm going to show you how. And really, I just follow the directions on the back of the yeast packet, and it tells you exactly how to do it. But sometimes it helps to visually see it in progress. So I start out with just about a cup of all-purpose flour. Doesn't have to be an exact measurement. And dump that right in a large bowl, as well as 2 sugar packets. Now the sugar is what activates the yeast. They feed on it and they come alive. And then put in 1 packet of Fleischmann's Fast and Easy Pizza Crust yeast. And it really is fast and easy. Then you want to add about half a teaspoon of sugar, or excuse me, half a teaspoon of salt. And I just kind of roughly guess. I like to use the kosher salt. It's coarse. I don't know why, I just like it. And also about 3 tablespoons of oil. 1, 2, 3. Close enough. And here's the key thing right here is your water. You want to make sure it's warm water. I zapped it in the microwave for 40 seconds. It's 2/3 of a cup, and warm water helps to activate the yeast, but you don't want it too warm because you could kill the yeast. So 120 degrees is about as hot as you want to go. About bath water temperature, maybe just a touch warmer. And we'll dump that right in, the dry mixture. Start stirring it up until all of the dry ingredients are incorporated and it gets kind of pasty. And you can actually smell the yeast start to come alive. Okay, after you have all that mixed together, let's grab another cup of flour. And we're going to slowly start to add this. When I first started making dough, I didn't think I would be using enough water according to the measurements on the recipe. I found that you don't want the dough to be too moist. You just want it moist enough so that it balls up and incorporates all of the flour. This recipe uses about 2 cups of flour. All right. Sprinkle a little flour on my fingers so that it doesn't stick. You You're going to get your hands a little dirty in doing this. So at this point, I'm going to retire my wooden spoon. Just put it to the side. Now that the dough is starting to form, I'm just going to start kneading it by hand. It's just easier that way for me. I did wash my hands before I started doing this. And just keep working it until it picks up all that dry flour. A little bit more dry stuff. I should have taken my wedding ring off. I'm going to do that now. Oops. When it becomes a little sticky, that's kind of what you want. So we're just making sure this is well incorporated into a nice ball, just a little bit sticky. That's about right. So we'll cover it for about a half an hour and let that dough rise a little bit, and this is a great time to fire up the oven. On the back of the oven there's a tray to store your wood pellets, and this is where they'll actually burn. So my favorite way to start them burning is with these here. These are these tumbleweed natural fire starters, and you really don't want to use any petroleum based fire starter in here because you're eating food and that would be gross. So this is a more natural approach to lighting a fire, and I'm going to use my favorite lighter here, which uses electricity, and just throw a spark on there and it'll fire right up. There we go. So we'll drop that in the burning tray. Using the scoop that came with the oven, I'm just going to put some pellets. These are from Tractor Supply. They're just hardwood. And we'll just dump about 2 scoops right around the burning fire starter to get our flame going. Using this handle that came with the oven, we'll just insert it into the back and open up the lid for some airflow. We'll also take the front off as well. We want as much air circulating in there as possible to get the flame going. Here's the bottom view of the oven. You can see an ashtray underneath, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Once that flame gets rolling, you can add some more wood pellets, but be careful to just add a small amount to the back so that it doesn't smother the fire. You want to get a good coal bed established so that the stone heats and the draft starts rolling consistently, because that's really the key to this oven. You want to have everything nice and hot. So you can see once I take this front door off, the flames start coming out of the back chute. And to make the stone hot, that's not what you want. You want to put that front door on, and then that draws the flame across the top of the inside of the oven and out the chimney. And right now that stone is getting nice and hot in there. So as the oven is warming up, it's a good idea to just keep all the doors closed to establish that heat cycle inside the oven, and that'll give you the most efficient burn. And patience is key. It takes a good half an hour for this oven to really warm up and get up to temperature. And that also gives your dough time to rise, but it's worth it in the end. And then the pizzas only take about 90 seconds to fully cook. That's what it looks like when it's rolling. We got a good flame established now on the inside of the oven. So I'm going to add a couple of scoops of fuel to the hopper just to keep things rolling while we go prep our dough. Just keep an eye on things to make sure you don't smother the fire, but this one's rolling pretty good, so I don't think we have anything to worry about. Okay, on the pizza peel, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of cornmeal, and this will help the crust to roll on and off of the peel without sticking. Put some flour on our hands, and let's go ahead and grab our dough. Just plop it down there and start spreading it out. Actually, I forgot something. I just realized that this amount of dough is good for 2 pizzas. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut it in about half right there. Put the other piece aside. Go ahead and work on just half of it. You can go ahead and make this as thin as you want. It's actually going to rise significantly once you put it in the oven. This will make just enough for one hungry person. It doesn't need to be perfect. Make it as unique, as uniquely shaped as you want it. Life isn't perfect, and neither should your pizza. Put some of this cornmeal underneath there just to make sure it doesn't stick. Get that nice and spread out. And today I'm just going to do a really simple pizza. I really do like this pizza sauce that I found at the store, but it's got really good flavor. It's a nice balance of sweetness to it. Mozzarella cheese, healthy amount of that. The dogs know the sound of the cheese bag. They came running over. I will pay my cheese tax off camera. That looks about right. And we'll put some pepperoni on there. Okay, she's rolling. Nice. Nice and hot. Let's go ahead and slide this in. Close the lid. Set the timer for 1 minute. You can hear that sizzling right away. Okay, 30 seconds. Actually, we're about 40 seconds in. I'm just gonna check it. After 40 seconds, it looks done already. But I'm gonna go ahead and twist it. I think our oven might have been even a little bit too hot, but we'll put it in there. 25. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not burnt to a crisp, but it's definitely ready to eat. So let's go in and try it out. It's worth noting that this oven isn't just for pizza. You can cook steak, veggies, chicken wings, salmon, and plenty of other camp favorites. Just throw on a cast iron griddle and let that high heat give everything a beautiful wood-fired sear. I think we got it out of the oven just in time. I think this is a perfectly cooked wood-fired pizza. Look at how delicious that looks. That is some delicious wood-fired pizza right there. Cooked perfectly. Under 2 minutes. So I wanted to get this pizza oven so that I could have a fun way to share some food with my friends at camp. If you want a Bighorn pizza oven for yourself, feel free to grab one with the link in the description and enjoy some delicious pizza in the middle of nowhere. Well, that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and I want to say thank you especially to all the Patreon subscribers and the people who support us on buymeacoffee.com. Check out the link below to get your Bighorn pizza oven at a special viewer price, and we'll see you nowhere soon eating some pizza. Be good to each other and get outside. Want some pizza? Yes, you do. Take care, everybody.